So, yes, every team still has their original pick for round one. There have been no trades. There have been no forfeitures via blatant tampering with Tom Brady and Sean Payton or deflated footballs or spying. There's been nothing. It's every team with its pick, 1 through 32. How long do you think this lasts? I can't imagine at this point there'd be a trade before the draft, which probably means the Titans will trade out of number one by the time the show's over. But I feel like if trades are going to happen, it's going to happen when the picks are on the clock, if they even happen then.
I feel like that too, right? Like, okay, let's say somebody does trade up for Shedeur Sanders at number 2, and all of a sudden he's off the board. I think that's a scenario where you could go, then we're going to start to see trades because Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter are going to be on the board there, and some of these teams that are going to go, wait, we didn't even think one of these guys would be there at 3 or 4, and wait, hold a sudden, we can go get him here. And or the Giants maybe trading down, maybe trying to get.
We can trade out Travis Hunter.
Right. Or Abdul Carter, right? Those would be one of the few short list guys in this draft that would warrant, I think, some trade conversations. And so that is where I think it could happen. But when you get into some of the offensive linemen and some of that stuff, and the pass rushers, right, after Abdul Carter, I think there's going to be teams that, the grades are so similar. I don't know if anybody's going to be desperate to get one of them and do it that way. So that's where, okay, if something unforeseen happens with those first 2 picks, then our first 3 picks, and now Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are there, then I could start to see teams going, whoa, I didn't think they would be here at 4 or 5. Do we want to move up a few spots? Carolina Panthers, we were thinking about taking an edge rusher at 8, but Abdul Carter's there at 3 or maybe 4 now. Do we want to go get him? Because we do have a significantly better grade for him than we do the next best pass rusher on the board, right? And that's, to me, some scenarios, at least just in my opinion, where you could start to see some trades go down.
And back to Eagles GM Howie Roseman, the fact that there aren't 32 first-round grades.
Yeah.
And they've got pick number 32. That makes them a team likely to trade up to get one of the guys on whom they have a first-round grade or trade out of round 1 if there isn't anyone there that they think justifies that selection.
Yeah.
So there has to be at some point. There has to be some movement. It really is weird. This is the closest we've ever gotten to the start of the draft, with every team still holding its original first-round pick.
It's amazing. It really is. It's a really interesting draft that way because of the things we've said. There's some superstars at the top. There's a ton of good in the middle of the first round, like really good. And then you start to go, like we said, late first round, second round, you start to go, damn, there's some guys there where it might not be perfect, but there's some superstar traits in some of these guys. They could turn out to be better than some of these guys picked at 11 and 12 and 13 in the draft. So let's see where that goes. But the Eagles' effect on the draft is real because what? They won the Super Bowl. And I've heard this from a number of coaches and people in the NFL. Yeah, there's going to be a premium on the big people in this draft. There is, because of the Eagles. It's a copycat league. We know that. We've seen Detroit be really successful. What do they got? A bunch of big right, Mike? We've been on the field there. We've got the Baltimore Ravens. We've been on the field with them. What do they got? A bunch of big.
You don't need to say it again.
Okay. The big shuckers? Right. Okay, I'll say shuckers.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Or shookers.
Shookers, right. But either way, so that is a fad in football right now. And people are going to do that. So where I would say another trade scenario that could happen is that some of these offensive linemen start to go off a board, and it starts to become a run on the good offensive linemen. And you could see some of the teams in the 20s who were like, wait, we thought we were going to get one of these guys, and they'd be sitting there for us. Holy crap, there's been a run of like 4 or 5 offensive linemen out of the last 7 picks. We might have to trade up to get the guy we want now. That is another scenario I could see happening between offensive linemen and defensive linemen in this draft a little bit.
That's an excellent point. Let me suggest another twist to the Eagles dynamic and the fact that they are the Super Bowl champions, and right now you would look at them as the favorites to do it again.
Exactly.
And they've amassed the most talented team in the NFL. If you're a GM and the phone rings and it's Howie Roseman,
I know.
To talk about trading up your pick, do you put your thumb on the scale? Do you say no? No, I'm not trading with you. I'm not giving you the chance to go get this guy that you covet that's going to help make you even better. No, wait your turn. Stay where you are. I'm not going to be the one that hands you the opportunity to go get your next superstar.
I know. I mean, yeah, you're going to be scared doing business with them. You are. And they are in a position where, yeah, they got house money. The team's built. They can make aggressive moves and really not affect their future of their football team. There's definitely a thought in the league that the Eagles are going to try to be aggressive and make a move up here. But the Eagles also have had shamrocks up their ass, too, in the last few drafts, to where they sit, when the years they do sit there, oh, Quinyon Mitchell, oh, just the best corner in the draft is still on the board at 22. Oh, and then maybe the second best guy in the secondary in the draft, he happens to be at the board at the top of the second round. So you could take Cooper DeJean, too. Or the year before with Nolan Smith out of Georgia. Oh, maybe the top 2 or 3 gifted most gifted pass rusher in the draft. Oh, he's just sitting there at 32. So they've made moves and done things to get Jalen Carter or whatever else. But, damn, they've been lucky when they just sat back and let things fall to them, too. I'll be interested to see what they do, too, Mike.
Howie would say it's not luck, it's skill.
Yeah, I don't disagree with him there. I know. I think he's got a very good read and feel on how it's going to go.
Suggestion,
right?
Last year he had said they aren't drafting for need; they can basically draft for luxury. And I brought that back to him when we interviewed him at the scouting combine, and he got prickly with me, like he never said it. You said it. I mean, he said it. And they were fortunate; they didn't have any glaring needs last year,
right?
But they got 2 players at a position where they could have used a boost, and they got a huge boost. Quinyon Mitchell was very good, and Cooper DeJean has a pick 6 in the freaking Super Bowl, for crying out loud.
Right.
So, beware the Eagles.
Beware.
They got something up their sleeves.
Definitely.
And they are ready to make a move. And if they call you, your first question to yourself should be, who is it that they're trying to come get? Because maybe that's the guy I should draft right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's going to be cool, interesting to see.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.